Let me ask you something. Have you ever stared at your phone, watching the minutes tick by, feeling your chest tighten with each passing moment of silence? 3 hours since you texted. 3 hours of your mind writing stories about what you did wrong. Or maybe you've heard yourself ask, "Are we okay?" for what feels like the 100th time, and you hate how desperate you sound, but the question claws its way out of your throat anyway. Here's what I need you to know. You're not crazy. You're not too much. What you're experiencing is your nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do, and it has nothing to do with you being fundamentally broken. Welcome back to Psychology Decoded. Today we're starting a 3-part series on one of the most painful relationship dynamics out there, anxious-avoidant relationships. And we're starting with you, the anxious partner. I'm not here to diagnose you or make you feel bad. I'm here to help you understand why you do what you do in relationships. Because once you see the machinery behind the behavior, you gain the power to change it. Today, we're diving into anxious attachment, what it is, where it comes from, what it looks like, and what you can do about it. Let's get into it. Anxious attachment is a pattern, a blueprint your brain created about how relationships work. If you're anxiously attached, your pattern looks like this. You desperately want love and connection, but you're terrified the person you love is going to disappear. So you end up in this exhausting dance of reaching for closeness while bracing yourself for abandonment. It's like living with a smoke alarm that's too sensitive. Most people's alarms go off when there's actual fire. Yours goes off when someone 3 houses down burns toast. Even when everything is fine, especially when everything is fine, you're scanning the shadows for problems. You're reading silences like ancient texts. You're replaying conversations, searching for the moment everything started to crack. Your partner texts "okay" instead of "okay," and suddenly you're falling. Or they seem quiet at dinner, and you're already writing the ending in your mind. Your brain goes from 0 to "this relationship is dying" in 3 seconds flat. And here's the cruel part. You know you're probably overreacting. The logical part of your brain is whispering, "Chill. They're just tired." But the emotional part is screaming louder, drowning everything else out. The emotional part always wins. This isn't you being dramatic. This is your nervous system doing what it was trained to do. Stay hypervigilant, stay alert. Because somewhere deep in your wiring, your brain learned that love is unpredictable, and you need to work hard to keep people from vanishing. Take this as an example. Maria waits for her boyfriend's good morning text like someone waiting for dawn. When it arrives, relief floods through her like light breaking. When it's late, even by an hour, her mind becomes a storm. Did I say something wrong? Is he losing interest? Is there someone else? That's anxious attachment, not drama, not weakness, just a nervous system trying to survive. You weren't born like this. This was learned, installed in you before you had words for what you were feeling. Anxious attachment usually grows in the soil of inconsistency, not absence, not cruelty necessarily. Inconsistency. Maybe your mother was warm and present some days, baking cookies, asking about your day, really seeing you. Other days, she was a ghost in the house, there but not there, her eyes looking through you like you were made of glass. Maybe your father was engaged when you brought home good grades, but disappeared when you struggled, present for your wins, absent for your wounds. Or maybe your parent was drowning in their own pain, depression, anxiety, life falling apart around them, and their ability to show up for you changed like weather, unpredictable, unreliable. Here's what your young brain learned. Love is possible, but I have to earn it. I have to monitor carefully. I have to adjust myself. I have to try harder. Connection comes and goes like smoke, and if I'm not vigilant, it will slip away. Children in these environments learn something crucial. Amplifying their distress works. Crying louder brought the parent back. Making a scene got attention. Showing you were really truly upset penetrated the fog. So your nervous system learned, express it loud. Make it impossible to ignore. That's how you get love. Fast forward to now. When you feel your partner pulling away, you can't just sit with it calmly. You need to do something. Text, call, bring it up, fix it now. Your body remembers that silence means disappearing, and disappearing means death. Let me tell you about Lily. Her mother loved her truly, but that love came in waves. Some days, her mother was the sun, warm, attentive, completely present. Other days, she was a shadow, lost in her own internal weather, barely acknowledging Lily existed. So Lily learned to read faces like maps, to sense shifts in energy before they happened, to adjust herself like a chameleon to keep the good mother close and the distant mother from drifting further. Now Lily is 30, and she's doing the exact same dance with her boyfriend, constantly scanning his expression, analyzing every tone, adjusting herself to keep him happy. She doesn't even know she's doing it. It's as automatic as breathing. There's another pattern too. Conditional love dressed up as affection. I'm so proud when you get good grades. You make me happy when you behave. Don't cry, you're upsetting me. The message that landed in your bones. I'm lovable when I'm a certain way. If I'm not enough, love dissolves like sugar in water. This creates what I call the the problem reflex. When something goes wrong in your relationship, your first thought isn't what's happening with them. It's what did I do? How do I fix me? Let's get specific. What does this actually look like when you're living it? You're always searching for cracks in the foundation. You're scanning constantly. Your partner's text was shorter. They were quieter at dinner. They said, talk later instead of talk soon. Your mind catalogs every micro shift like evidence at a crime scene. Then comes the need, this aching, urgent need for reassurance. Are we okay? Do you still love me? Are you mad? But here's the brutal truth. Even when they say yes, even when they hold you and promise you everything's fine, the relief only lasts hours, maybe a day. Then the anxiety creeps back like fog, and you need to hear it again. You create conflict to feel connection. This sounds strange, but stay with me. When you feel them pulling away, sometimes you pick fights. Not because you want to fight, because fighting means they're still here. Negative attention feels better than the cold silence of nothing. Rachel felt her boyfriend drifting. Instead of saying, I feel you pulling away and it scares me, she picked a fight about something small. She was hoping he'd engage, show emotion, prove he still cared enough to fight back. When he just shut down instead, the emptiness swallowed her whole. You erase yourself to keep them close. You say yes when your whole body is screaming no. You stay quiet about things that cut you. You become whoever you think they need, folding yourself smaller and smaller, origami made of fear. Because deep down, you believe the real you, the one with needs and opinions and rough edges, might be too much. Marcus sits through horror movies every weekend, even though they give him nightmares, because his girlfriend loves them. He doesn't mention his promotion, because last time work came up, she seemed stressed. He's disappearing piece by piece, trying to be easy, trying to be lovable, not realizing that in erasing himself, he's giving her less and less of the real him to actually love. You panic when they need space, when your partner says they need alone time, or want to spend the weekend with friends. Something inside you fractures. Why don't they want me there? Are they bored? Is this how it starts? The slow pulling away that ends with me alone? Intellectually, you know healthy relationships need breathing room. Emotionally, distance feels like the beginning of disappearing. Your mind is a storyteller of tragedies. One unreturned text becomes an entire narrative of abandonment. A quiet dinner means the spark is dying. A canceled date proves you're not a priority anymore. Your brain is trying to protect you by predicting the worst so you can see it coming, so you can brace for impact. But all it does is keep you living in future disasters that haven't happened yet. The heartbreaking irony, all these behaviors, the ones your nervous system developed to keep people close, they push people away. The constant need for reassurance exhausts your partner. The emotional intensity overwhelms them. The disappearing act means they never meet the real you. You're doing exactly what you learned to do to survive, and it's working against you like poison disguised as medicine. Let's talk about the interior, what this feels like when you're inside it. Because if you're anxiously attached, you know this isn't just behavior. It's a state of being. A constant hum of low-level panic running underneath everything. Even when things are good, especially when things are good, there's this voice whispering from the shadows. When will this fall apart? What will I do to ruin this? When you get triggered, when your partner is distant or doesn't respond fast enough, it's not just anxiety, it's drowning. Your chest becomes a vice, your thoughts become a swarm. You can't think about anything else. Every coping skill you've ever learned evaporates like water on hot stone. And the only thing that feels like it might save you, getting them to soothe you, to prove they're still here, to show you you're not being left behind. But here's where it gets really hard. You know you're being too much. You know you asked for this same reassurance yesterday. You know you're overreacting. And that awareness doesn't stop the spiral. It just adds shame on top of anxiety. Now you're anxious about being anxious, drowning while apologizing for getting the floor wet. I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry I need so much. I'm sorry for freaking out. You're carrying this belief like a stone in your chest, that your needs are a burden, that your emotions are too big, too loud, too much for anyone to hold, that fundamentally you're just too much. And let me tell you, that belief is the thing killing your relationships. Not because it's true, but because you're operating from it like it's gospel. Listen to me carefully. Your nervous system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was trained to do. You learned that connection is unreliable, that you have to work for love, that expressing distress loudly gets needs met, that vigilance keeps people from leaving. That worked when you were small and powerless. It helped you survive. But what helped you survive childhood is now sabotaging your adult relationships. The problem isn't that you're fundamentally flawed. The problem is that your childhood adaptation has overstayed its welcome. So here's what you need to start doing. Learn to hold yourself. This is everything. Your nervous system needs to learn that you can calm the storm inside without needing your partner to constantly prove they're not leaving. Next time you feel the spiral starting, before you reach for your phone, pause. Breathe 5 deep breaths all the way down to your belly. Ask yourself, is this real or is this my alarm system? Sometimes it's real. There is something that needs addressing. But most of the time, it's just your nervous system doing what it was trained to do. Create space before it's forced on you. Don't wait until they withdraw to give them room to breathe. Build your own life. Have hobbies that are just yours. Maintain friendships. Develop interests that exist outside of them. This gives them breathing room and reminds you that you're whole on your own. Say what you need clearly, not through chaos. I'm feeling disconnected and would love quality time this weekend is completely different from you never want to spend time with me. One is a request. The other is an accusation wrapped in pain, and it will make them want to retreat. Challenge the story you're telling yourself. Your core belief is, I'm not enough. I'm unlovable. People leave. Start collecting evidence against this. Notice when people stay. Notice when you're loved for who you actually are. Notice when being yourself deepens connection instead of destroying it. Know when walking away is the secure choice. Here's what nobody wants to hear. Sometimes the most anxious attachment thing you can do is stay in a relationship that's slowly starving you because you're terrified of being alone. If your partner is consistently unavailable, unreliable, unwilling to meet you halfway, that's not about your attachment style. That's about them not being right for you. Don't let fear of abandonment trap you in a relationship that's actually abandoning you every single day. Here's what I need you to know. Attachment styles aren't set in stone. They're patterns, which means they can shift, soften, change. But understanding alone won't do it. You can't think your way out of this. You have to retrain your nervous system, and that takes practice. Consistent, intentional, sometimes uncomfortable practice. It means catching yourself mid-spiral when you want to send that text asking, "Are we okay?" and choosing to pause instead, to sit with the discomfort, to breathe through the drowning feeling. It means noticing when you're about to disappear yourself to keep the peace, and choosing to speak up anyway. Even though it's terrifying, even though your whole body is screaming that being real will make them leave. It means building relationships with secure people who can show you what healthy attachment actually looks like. It means therapy if you can access it, working with someone who understands attachment and can help you rewire these ancient pathways. And it means being patient with yourself. You're literally changing neural patterns that have been running since you were too young to remember. That doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a week or a month. You're going to slip. You're going to spiral. You're going to catch yourself mid-panic text and think, "I'm still doing this?" That's normal. What matters is that over time, gradually, imperfectly, you catch yourself faster. You recover quicker. You have more secure moments than anxious ones. Progress, not perfection. Always. And here's something crucial. You don't have to become someone else. You don't have to stop caring deeply or feeling intensely. Those parts of you in the right relationship with someone who can meet you can be beautiful. The goal isn't to become cold or detached or chill. The goal is to trust yourself enough that you don't need constant external validation to feel whole. The goal is to know your worth so deeply that someone's silence doesn't shake your entire foundation like an earthquake. The goal is to be able to say, "I'm choosing this relationship because it adds to my life," not, "I need this relationship because I can't survive without it." Feel the difference? That's where you're headed. That's anxious attachment. What it is, where it came from, how it shows up, and what you can do about it. In the next episode, we're looking at the other side, the avoidant partner. Because if you want to understand anxious-avoidant dynamics, which is what episode 3 is all about, you need to see both sides of this dance. If this resonated, subscribe and hit that bell. And drop a comment. Tell me one thing that clicked for you today. Your words help other people feel less alone in this. Remember, awareness is the first step. You're already doing the work by being here. See you in the next one. take care of yourself.